Hey man, what's up?
Hey Darklight, dude, I have been watching non-stop E3 trailers. You've gotten me hooked on all these awesome E3 releases.
Oh really? What you been watching?
I mean, the new releases from Ubisoft,
Awesome.
Bethesda, and a whole bunch of PC games that I'm really looking forward to.
You.
Yeah, I mean...
What? PC games?
Well,
You're excited about PC games?
Yeah, they're so awesome looking PC games.
Do you even own a PC?
Well, I mean, not at the moment, but you know, I will.
But like a gaming PC or any at all?
I mean, no, not so much at the moment, but I'm gonna get one.
Are you?
I mean, I could make, save some money.
Are you?
I could.
Are you?
No.
Now deal with it.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Darklight Dreamer coming at you with another E3 release.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you the skinny on the E3 releases for Ubisoft, Bethesda, and the PC Gaming Conference.
PC gaming.
Yeah, something that Methos is not very familiar with.
So much experience, guys. So much.
But we're gonna start off with Bethesda though, because that's something that we both enjoy, playing a lot of Bethesda games.
Oh, definitely.
And they announced a couple awesome VR games at the Bethesda Conference. So, I mean, they didn't announce a new Fallout game, but we're getting Fallout 4 in VR.
Guys, I love the Fallout games.
I was already super excited when they said that Skyrim was coming out for PSVR, but Fallout 4 VR also, 2 big open world VR games coming out. That's crazy.
I can't even imagine being able to go through the entire Fallout world and, taking part in all that stuff from a first-person, I'm there perspective.
This big post-apocalyptic, post-nuclear war world, seeing the whole landscape is going to be crazy. The only thing is, it's going to be a while before we get to experience that because it is on the HTC Vive. Yeah,
the Vive definitely is going to be a much bigger commitment than we can make.
I'm going to need to upgrade my computer. I'm going to need to get myself the Vive itself, which is expensive. Space in order to play it in. It's going to be a big deal, but we'll get there eventually.
We're talking like serious real estate,
But also for the Vive, they announced Doom VFR.
Before we move on to that, can you just imagine the feeling of a Deathclaw coming at you?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Or even a super mutant.
That's terrifying.
Or the Mirelurk Queen.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Terrifying.
Speaking of terrifying, you just mentioned the Doom VR.
Oh my god. So Doom VFR, and we were all curious, what's the F mean? I was like, is this like maybe not quite VR? Or
maybe it's virtual effing reality.
No, they confirmed it. That's what it is. Yep, that's
it's the same game that brings you the BFG, right?
version. So I was thinking way too deeply into the BFR. But yeah, fighting demons, beholders, the cyber demon, that's gonna be crazy. And it's like way more action-packed than like Fallout 4 VR.
And it seems like such a different take too. It's like you're not just a badass commando.
Yeah, it's not quite like the storyline of the original Doom, it seems. It's like
it seems that some way you're integrated into the machine.
You have to upload your consciousness into the body of another soldier or something like that. Crazy.
Seems pretty sweet though.
But yeah, it looked like it's gonna be a lot lot of fun. I'm excited to eventually one day in like the next 10 years play that game.
I'm excited.
There will be better games out. I'm excited at the idea of it though. Maybe one day. Maybe it's gonna be sooner than I think. Who knows?
Could be.
But the next trailer they showed was actually an expansion for Dishonored called Death of the Outsider.
That looks really good.
I played most of Dishonored 1. I still haven't beaten Dishonored 1. I haven't played Dishonored 2 at all.
Dishonored 1 is in my queue.
It's in the queue.
Eventually.
We're going to get there eventually. The backlog is so real.
It's very real.
But in this one you play as a completely different character. So she's not the main character from Dishonored or Dishonored 2, and she's not Emily's completely side character.
Kind of a Nightcrawler feel, like from X2 when he's an assassin.
Yeah, she's
teleporting badass with a...
She's got like an extending cyber sword.
Yeah.
From what I understand, the sword is supposed to be like special in some way to take out the Outsider, like it was used in the original like war against the Outsider.
Which of course that brings us to the title, right?
Yeah, Death of the Outsider. They say the Outsider must fall, and I don't know a whole lot about the storyline because I haven't played the rest of Dishonored 1 or Dishonored 2, but he always seemed like a shady dude. Like, he gives you all your powers in Dishonored 1 and 2, and, the ability to shadow walk and stuff helps you get your revenge, or not revenge, but, like, to kill the person, well, kind of revenge, because you're gonna kill the person that, killed the person that you loved.
Yeah, that's revenge.
Yeah, that's revenge, but also, to prove your innocence and clear your name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's also to the side there. It's also important, I guess. But yeah, he helped you do that, but it seems like maybe he has some kind of like ulterior motive or something. He also always seemed like a shady dude. He's got black eyes too, so that's always weird. So that's coming out soon. So people that have played Dishonored 2 might be really excited about that. The whole cyber teleporting thing. I don't know if she got her powers from the outside or not. It seems like maybe she draws upon a different power. I don't know. But also, The Evil Within 2 was announced. Evil Within. I played most of the first game, and man, that game was creepy. I watched finish it.
I watched him play most of the first game.
Yeah. So being in these like nightmare dreamscapes, having to escape from demons and stuff like that, all from the subconscious of this serial killer dude with superpowers.
Reminds me of the J-Lo movie, The Cell.
Yeah.
Where she gets trapped in that psycho's mind, you know?
Yeah. And in this one, it's a continuation of the story of the original Evil Within, so they're playing the same character. And he kind of... The Evil Within 1, from what I understand, ended on a very, like, dark note.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's in a bad place at the beginning of the Evil Within 2. But I think that he thinks, like, his daughter's dead or something, and he has to come... Like, he finds out she might be alive, so he's gonna go rescue her. I don't know. I haven't finished the game, guys, so if I'm completely wrong, I apologize, but that's what I gather. But anyway, it looks awesome. The Nightmare Escape Center crazy.
It looks, yeah, it definitely looks crazy.
Yeah, it's probably going to go, even darker than the first one.
And I like that where you're dealing with a level of twistedness where reality kind of warps and changes around.
Surreal horror is by far my favorite type of horror.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill has always been
Layers of Fear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are some of the best ones to me.
Yeah, definitely some of my favorite horror games ever, because for some reason, it's scarier to me to think that you're in a world that feels like, it's in a nightmare. The whole, like, you're trying to run, but you can't because nightmares. And also, one that was really good for that was Alan Wake. I don't know if you ever played Alan Wake.
Now, that one's completely outside my experience.
Yeah, I'm going to introduce you to that one. But yeah, a lot of people are excited for The Evil Within 2, and I need to finish the first one so I can be excited with y'all. We're going to get there. But yeah, the last one for Bethesda was Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
It looks amazing, guys.
It really does. It looks a lot more open world, and again, I haven't played Wolfenstein 1, there's a disclaimer, but it looks like it's more open world than Wolfenstein 1. They said that they have like a talent system in this where you can kind of specialize however you want to play, so you can, be a little more stealthy, or you can, dual wield two big two-handed weapons.
Which looks amazing.
Like rocket launcher in one hand, assault rifle in the other.
The only thing is that it seems like all your actions from the first one, fighting against the Nazis did nothing to slow them down.
The Germans invaded anyway. Well, the Nazis specifically. I don't want to say Germans, but the Nazis specifically took everything over. Yeah, so we're trying to form a rebellion, fight back. America! But yeah, that trailer looked really good. I'm excited to play it. I'm bad at first-person shooters, but I think I'm going to play this one anyway.
Something that you pointed out, and I really felt like the beginning of the trailer with all those old-style commercials, it really felt like a new Fallout.
When we didn't know what game was being announced, especially the way that the vaults were, I swore I thought it was going to be a Fallout game. And I was like a little bit excited about that because, I know Fallout 4 didn't come out that long ago, but...
What was that cybernetic puppy's name they were advertising at the beginning?
Oh, I don't remember. It was some German name.
I want one of those.
I want one of those too. And you ride it like a mount.
Blow fire.
So terrifying. But that was the last Bethesda one. We have a lot to get through, so I'm just kind of going through these kind of quickly. I apologize. But now on to the PC gaming show. And the first trailer that they showed was an XCOM expansion. Another game that you guys probably love, and I have no idea anything about. But this one is going to be an expansion of the second game. I understand one of the big things is that you're fighting a group of aliens. They're like a specialized group, and they all fight differently than what you fought before in XCOM 2. They all have their own unique fighting styles, and you have to fight them multiple times in the story of this expansion, and they get stronger, and they have more abilities and stuff like that, and smarter.
Just like Doomsday from Superman.
So it's like they're the XCOM of the bad guys.
Oh no.
So it's always good to have a rival, and they have the whole Green Ranger thing going on,
Right. There's always the Sixth Ranger. There's always the Warriors of Light, the Warriors of Dark.
Yep, it's gotta be, have the evil faction that's just as good as you. and can evolve with you. But yeah, they're all different archetypes. You have one that's, you know, more of a distance fighter, and one that's, you know, more scrappy. So, you know, that's gonna be awesome. I need to play at XCOM 1 and 2. I know I have sinned. I apologize. But then they showed a completely different end of the spectrum for the next trailer. It was Ooblets.
Ooblets looked really interesting.
But as it was described to me, it's like Harvest Moon / Pokemon / Adventure Time.
Yeah, it really had all that feel. And I think the fact that they went through most of the trailer in that hat that's got the floppy, you know, bits, you know, that kind of really cemented in a kind of an Adventure Time kind of feel.
Definitely, and it seems like, you know, you can customize your character a lot, so really, you know, get the appearance how you want it. It's very like Adventure Time, like art style. Like the whole world looks like it's that animation style.
But very Harvest Moon, the fact that you customize who you are, what your house looks like, your rooms, your farm.
Doing all the farming. But from this farm, it seems like you're growing little creatures. I guess those are what the Ooblets are, little Ooblets.
Oobletsmon.
Pokemon. And I always say Pokemon or Pokemans when I'm talking about something that's like Pokemon, but not quite. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. So, if you guys are going to be like, it's not pronounced Pokemans. I'm just being funny, guys. Anyway, so Ooblets 2, it looks interesting. I kind of want to try it out. I don't know that I'm going to like rush to like, oh my god, I have to play this right now, but it looks like it's going to be an interesting game. I'd love to hear more about it.
I've never been one to be into Harvest Moon before. I've never messed with any of those games before.
Yeah,
but I mean, it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I totally didn't spend like way too long, like, you know, having to make sure that my crops are ready on time and
hours and hours on just group game night when it's not his turn.
Hey, I gotta make sure that I get my radishes, okay? And I'm marrying the preacher's daughter, so, you know, we're gonna be a thing. Anyway, moving on. I love stupid games like that, I don't know why. But also, again, complete turnaround, another end of the spectrum, Battletech.
Battletech! I'm so excited for it.
We used to tabletop RP Battletech.
We did.
A long time ago.
And I just love mecha games in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to be awesome. And it seems like it's back to the frontline style, you know, tactics missions.
Right.
RPG kind of elements.
It's like Final Fantasy Tactics, but maybe more fluid because it's like the hex system, so you can like move like anywhere, not just like this square forward, this way, or this way.
That's something that's super interesting is it's got the tactics feel, but we've evolved past, you know, how many squares can I move, you know, that the grid system, you know, so it seems like we've moved on to a more realistic map travel.
Yeah.
But by the same turn, it's still that turn-based, like, you know, RPG feel.
Definitely. And you have your own little squad in the mechs that you customize. You get to pick what parts are in these mechs.
And speaking of parts, Battlefield scrap is a huge part of the game.
Huge thing. If you need the scrap from the torso or the legs or the arms, you got to make sure you keep that stuff intact when you defeat other mechs.
Our brother Cloud Fishernata taught me to play front missions because he was all hyper focused in it, and he taught me how, you know, you want guys who can deal a lot of damage, but you know, for people you need parts from, you want a sniper build after you get its HP low to just snipe out the cockpit so you can get the most scrap as possible.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful.
It seems like that kind of theory may still apply.
Yeah, and also another thing that is back in BattleTech is the heatsink thing. That's a big thing whenever you're making your character sheet, and when you're making your mechs, you had to make sure you included plenty of heat sinks.
Because if you ask your mech to do too much, and it puts out more heat than your mech can handle,
it's gonna overheat, and that'll cause permanent damage to your mech. And it's usually like a random thing, and that's in this game too. If you overheat your mech, it'll like roll a digital dice and see how it affects your mech permanently until you fix it.
It could be something as simple as it just won't work for a few seconds, or you could explode.
Yeah. Or, you know, your arm will cease to function, or you'll reduce your accuracy because your sensors are all out of whack. Something. And if you overheat too much, your mech just shuts down for a couple turns. Like if you completely way overheat it, it won't move. Everything shuts down. So that's cool. And one of the core things about it is you have this ship where like you house all your mechs and stuff, like your central HQ, and you're slowly building it up with all the stuff that you salvage. It's like one of the big like overhead goals. Is like to fix your ship up.
The bay where the hangar bay where you keep your ship, your mechs. It looks just like one of the hangar bays from Gundam Wing, where they're working on their Gundam.
And you're in the central platform, and you like in order to go to the next mech, your platform itself like moved to the side to the next mech. You get to see all your mechs in a row around the room. Oh my god, it's so cool. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying BattleTech out. It looks like we're like a mercenary kind of. You take missions from various people around the galaxy, and you can kind of be picky choosy as to who you take missions from.
And this was PC only, right?
I think this is PC only.
That's why I was like, I got to get PC.
Yeah. So right now it's not out yet, but you can get into the beta right now if you throw down $60. You can also get like early access if you pay for one of their other like lesser packages, and you get extra bonuses when the game comes out. But if you get the big $60 premium package, you can get into the beta.
$60
right now.
Beta.
So that's awesome. Tunic was there again another big turn in genre, and it was a short trailer, but kind of exciting.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I want to do a let's play on this. Let me know if you want to see me do a let's play of Tunic, because I want to do a let's play on Tunic.
I love the Zelda feel it has to it, and on top of that, foxes and wolves are always my favorite.
It looks like it's very simple graphics, but very polished at the same time.
Polished.
It's the art style is beautiful, and for its simplicity, it looks very polished. I love it. And the main protagonist is like a fox Link. So cute! That's a cute little fox in a green tunic.
So kawaii.
So the name Tunic has obviously got to be a throwback to Link, but the game itself looks very inspired by A Link to the Past, and it's in the fighting style and everything, the way the labyrinths look, and it looks like it's going to be challenging. It looks like it's going to be a challenging game.
And it looks like when that poor little guy gets hit, he really
gets it. Pow! Like this giant golem thing like knocks him to the side, and he's just. Poor guy. But yeah, I'm really excited, really looking forward to Tunic. The Last Night was the next trailer that they showed. Very retro style. Like,
yeah.
Very retro graphics, very pixely. I wouldn't say like, Nintendo or Sega, but like still pixelated. And it's got an interesting concept. It's about a guy that lives in this like dystopian future, kind of dystopian. Anyway, they've developed AI, and they've developed robots and technology, and an AI can basically do, in this time, anything humans can do but better.
It's really like a different artistic take on the AI, destruction of man.
Yeah.
You got the Terminator style, where AI decides humans need to be cleansed, right?
Yeah.
And they just go to war. But this is kind of different. This is AI does everything better than you, so what is my place in life?
Whereas basically a human's role is just to consume, consume information, consume, any kind of products. I mean, you really don't have much of a place in the world, and really a way to, become an individual, to find yourself. And that's what this journey is supposed to be about, is about finding yourself in such a world. So.
Just like the AI game about the androids in Detroit or whatever.
Yeah, like Detroit Become Human, kind of.
Yeah, I really feel like this is also kind of the same feels you get reading Chobits.
Definitely.
Because the book is about a human, and everybody's off chasing these AI, these people that are so
perfect people.
Who would want me?
Yeah,
right?
And it's kind of like very much similar to Detroit Become Human, but it shows the very opposite of the spectrum, because in Detroit Become Human, you're focusing on, what an AI is, and all the issues that come up with artificial intelligence from the perspective of an AI. Does this one have a soul?
Does this one have a soul?
But in this one, it's focused on what happens to humans in a society like this. So it's cool to see the different takes on that. Anyway, so this game is like a side-scrolling platformer game, or not a platform, but a side-scrolling adventure game. And it's got several different gaming elements in this one. It's got like point-and-click, like puzzle kind of games, and it's got choices you have to make and stuff like that. So it's got a few different game types, and it's got like a lot of your choices will determine the story. It seems like you go about things a lot of different ways.
I'm really interested to see how this one turns out.
At first, I kind of caught a glimpse of it, and I wasn't interested in it like at all, like when I first saw it. But the more I heard about it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it, I dig it. So yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Griftlands was another interesting one.
Oh, the Griftlands looks awesome.
It's like kind of a space adventure game.
Is it PC only?
RPG. I think I don't know if it's going to be PC only or not. We'll have to check that out.
Oh, it looks so good.
It reminds me of Treasure Planet. Just the art style and like the look of like the worlds and stuff like that, the aliens.
Except the guy with the mustache reminds me of the demo expert from Atlantis.
Yeah, Atlantis, yeah. And that reminds me of that. Very, very cartoony art style. It's an RPG turn-based. And it also says there are going to be a lot of other mechanics other than just the combat. You have to, negotiate with people and scavenge and all this other stuff. So,
very cool looking.
Yeah, very neat looking, and yeah, the whole game reminds very Treasure Planet-y. I'm excited to see what the whole story is and everything. The characters look like they all have unique personalities.
And I love at the end it says, basically, hey, lie, cheat, steal, whatever you need to do.
Whatever you need to do, survive out there in space.
At one point, the dude sold his friends.
Oh crap! Yeah.
How do you say I'm sorry for that? You just assume.
Time heals all wounds, right?
Or assuaging your guilt with gold. That heals wounds.
Maybe by selling them, you'll make the gold that you need to pursue a fruitful career as a space guy, pirate, whatever. And then once you make millions, you'll come buy them back and be like, hey guys, I have money for you. No hard feelings, right? It's all under the bridge.
Or you Scrooge McDuck style bait them.
You can also
that just makes the guilt go away.
That's true.
Possibly.
Washes all away all guilt. They'll forgive me. It's fine.
If any of my friends are watching this, I totally would just say that.
So that was it for the PC gaming show. They also had the Ubisoft Conference, which we'll cover. It had a little bit more than the others, but it started off with The Crew 2.
Okay, so I'm not normally a racing game guy, but there's just so many aspects to this.
So much. And the funny thing is, the Crew game had kind of a serious and dark story to it. And then they got, they were listening to the feedback from the fans, and they're like, man, it's such a big, vast world to explore, and I kind of just want to explore that. Can we just do more of the exploring thing? And they're like, okay. So they made The Crew 2, and it's basically just an open world racing game where you can...
It started with street racing, and then they worked in everything motorsport related. You saw some off-road racing, Let's go planes.
The airplanes, water,
boats.
jet skis, yeah.
And then, of course, back to Formula One, just everything.
And you can seamlessly go from one type of race to the next. You can drive your car off the side into the water, and before you hit the water, you turn into a boat. And then
that's cool.
It's crazy. So crazy. And then you can just, become a plane and just fly off. It's all about freedom in this. And it looked like the curve thing, and I think they said they're going to introduce something with that in the game, like the whole, curving of the world transition.
Oh, that made me a little motion sick, I'm not gonna lie. So.
I'm lucky that I really don't have any issues with motion sickness. I never have. So, I'm very fortunate in that, because it seems like it would suck. But then they had kind of a weird trailer after The Crew 2, Transference. First you see Elijah Wood sitting there.
Yeah, that was... And that by itself was a little weird.
Yeah, it's like, Elijah, what's he doing in the game thing?
He talked about, a little fourth wall breaking. I thought it was just an interview. He said we wanted to work with Ubisoft.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they were going for. They wanted to make you go, huh?
And at some point, we transitioned into the trailer, but we don't know when that happened.
Yeah. There's some very fourth wall breaking stuff in this trailer, where he says he's, this company that he's working for is working with Ubisoft and trying to gather more information about VR and what they can do to bring more VR to you.
And we want this to feel more like a movie that you're a part of. But we want you to still be in the movie when you take off the gear.
And they said we still want you to be unsettled when the movie ends. Okay, it's getting a little bit weird. And then it got even weirder, and they were talking about, we've been studying this study in the late 1900s that they performed where you can upload somebody's consciousness to a computer. Soma, anybody?
Yeah. And then on top of that, after that, they talked about the process being safe. And that, remember that this is just like watching a movie, and that there's no way you could actually experience physical harm. But then he got real shady.
Perfectly safe.
He kind of looked off screen, he didn't say it, but his face kind of was like, you'd be perfectly safe. This could do you absolutely no physical harm. Probably.
Probably. There were like glimpses of gameplay in like the video feed. It seemed like, you know, with this with ghost boy, and then like glitch. You see a closet opening by itself, and I dig creepy ghost games and stuff like that. I know that's not technically a ghost because it's like an uploaded consciousness, but it's gonna get that feeling of like a haunting. It seems like you're dealing with somebody's disembodied mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious because it feels like just from that little teaser that we got, like you're gonna be watching a movie, and then something's supposed to go wrong with what you're watching.
Like your consciousness is like. You're either in it or it's in you.
Yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be. I think you're supposed to be watching something, and then all of a sudden, in the movie is the uploaded ghost or consciousness.
Yeah. And I think part of the sell for that is that you're supposed to get the feeling that the person in the game or the movie is a living person. And like, I think they really want to work to break that boundary where when you're in your brain, when you're playing any video game, you're like, this is a game. As scary as it is, I know this is a game. But they want you to second guess that, it seems like, but is it really though? Is it really though? So yeah, that game looks, I'm excited.
It would be really cool to further enhance that feeling by some of that, gosh, what was that? What was the first Let's Play multiplayer ever did?
Oh, it was, same company that did so, Amnesia.
That same kind of Amnesia stuff, like reformatting memory, and you can't log out right now, and that kind of thing.
That reminds me of what's that one game? It was on PS2, Eternal Darkness. That was the one. That was the one. Thank you very much. But yeah, it reminds me of that too. So
yeah, so I think if there's some of that in there, to really make you feel like it's messing with your settings and stuff like it. Like, it's not just a game, it's in your menu settings and everything. That would be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm looking forward to finding out more about that game. After that one, they showed Skull and Bones, and I know our good friend Kalamaru Krishnada, who's a Twitch streamer who does a lot of Rocket League. Go look him up, I'll leave a link down below.
On Twitch as Kalamaru.
But anyway, Skull and Bones, he is very much a pirate at heart and loves anything pirate, and I think he's going to love Skull and Bones. Because what Ubisoft did was, a lot of people love the boat versus boat gameplay in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so they're just like, let's make a game based off of that. Let's just have a lot of pirates with ships that you customize. You put your crew in there, put your weapons in there, or your mast or whatever ship type, and you put it up against other ships.
And there was that giant devilfish at the end. I hope that's in the game.
I hope that's a mechanic somehow. That's going to be crazy. And there's a lot of different PvP types, I hear. I don't know if maybe there's going to be a main story too, but they didn't really feature that. They really wanted to highlight the PvP aspect. So I don't know if it's going to be PvP only, or like online PvP, or is there going to be a story? We'll see. I have no idea. Not enough information. But yeah, looked really cool.
Yeah, it does.
After that, they showed a Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Oh my God.
And I knew, when I saw it, and Oversoul knew too, because he brought it up, that Methos was going to really dig this game.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it looks like it's on Nintendo Switch, and you want to put both controllers in the Pro controller or whatever, and there's like a special dock they're going to put in there, and what you do is you get these ship models, and you put the ship together and link it up to the controller, and it reads all the specs of your ship.
Guys, I'm a big Warhammer fan. I put together models and stuff like that.
You're a big Warhammer fan?
That's
like, I know you have a channel based around Warhammer.
That's right.
But, I mean, I didn't know you were really into it.
So, the fact that you can model on whatever weapons you need
in real time! Oh my god!
And switch your loadouts, that's amazing.
It's like, you know what these lasers aren't going to do? I'm going to swap them out for missiles.
Or this whole ship body is not going to work. Let me put in a different ship.
Ka-cha! And I know what they're going to do is they're going to sell all these different ship kits.
Yep.
And I bet you they're going to end up selling special weapon kits too. Like, for $20, you can have these special weapons for these ships.
God dang it!
And we're going to pay for it. Screen pay, if you guys saw the digital revolver, digital revolver. Anyway, their little conference where they had the screen pay where you throw the money at the screen.
Shut up and take my money!
So yeah,
gotta throw my money at a Switch first.
It looks like a lot of fun. I have money to throw at a Switch. I've had it set aside for a while. I just can't because nobody has them. Guys at Nintendo, when this game comes out, please make more Switches. Please.
It's gonna be so good!
Please. Okay. So, that looks really cool. Space combat game, you can switch out your weapons and stuff real time with the models. Like, it showed as you're switching them out, it, like, digitizing the weapons off and on, and, like, you see the animation then, like, coming there. Freaking cool. That's freaking cool. Anyway, moving on from that, because I can talk about that for the next hour.
Right?
Far Cry 5, I know it's been announced for a while, they've had trailers out already, but this one had new gameplay, and Boomer! Oh my god, Boomer! He's so freaking adorable.
The entire scene that they showed is amazing.
Yeah.
And I sinfully have never played a Far Cry game.
Yeah, I have played most, again, sorry guys, I played most of Far Cry 3. I have not finished Far Cry 3. I haven't played any other Far Cry game, but even if you haven't picked up a single Far Cry game ever, this looks like a great time to jump into the franchise.
While I'm waiting for this one to come out, I'm so motivated by the new trailer. I want to go back and check previous Far Cry.
And this one takes place in America, not in some like Amazonian rainforest situation overseas or anything like that. Usually it takes place in very foreign lands, and and it's supposed to have that feeling of unfamiliarity, right? You're dropped in the middle of nowhere, you don't know what you're going to do, people want to eat you, people want to sell you, I don't know. But you're supposed to have that feeling of isolation and being lost in the middle of somewhere you're not familiar with. In this one, you're very familiar with the area, because it is America, but people be crazy. So it's a different situation.
In fact, speaking of familiar and people be crazy, you kind of, one of the opening things you see is someone getting Negan'd right in the back of the head.
Right in the back of the head. And I love that it highlights, too, like, you can take on that situation where you're saving all these civilian stuff in many different ways.
Right.
In the trailer, what he specifically did was he sent his sniper buddy over to the top of the tower. It was an AI controlled character.
Then when they turn to deal with the sniper,
yeah. Somebody got shot in the head. They all turn to find out what it was, and you send your dog out, and while your dog is tearing it up, you shoot everybody. And it seems like you don't have to babysit your companions. That's
which is awesome.
Who likes having the companion that like can't hold their own, and you have to keep on making sure that they're okay? I think that's slowly coming out of style. I don't think it was ever in style. Nobody liked that to begin with. I don't know
anyone that just loves escort missions.
If you guys love escort missions, let me know down in the description below, but I would call you a freaking liar.
I love escort missions. You just reply back, no,
liar.
No, you don't.
But anyway, so I don't think anybody loves escort missions, and I think that game companies are slowly starting to get wise to that. That they don't like, people don't like having a companion that is helpless, that die really easily and stuff like that. So you're seeing a growth, like a lot of games coming out nowadays that have companions that you don't have to babysit. They're awesome.
And you mentioned before accomplishing the mission different ways. One of the options being able to steal an 18-wheeler that looks like Optimus Prime. Yeah. And just smash it through enemy lines.
That's one of your companions. And his specialty is to make things go boom. That's his thing.
Oh yeah, stuff goes boom.
He's got a big truck.
And then Boomer, of course, I love that not only is it the adorable, lovable dog companion
Boomer
that can kill, that can, as an attack dog, can kill enemies. Awesome. But then he brings you back an assault rifle at the end, like, the best game effects in the world. Here you go.
The enemy tried to shoot Boomer, and Boomer jumped on him and grabbed the gun instantly and pulled it out of his hands and just brings it to you like a game of fetch.
Here you go. Thank you so much, Boomer.
I'm looking forward to Far Cry. I really wasn't looking forward to Far Cry. Again, E3 is all about building hype.
Yeah, and I've never been into a Far Cry game.
I've played some of 3, and I've been meaning to get back to it, but it's just been further back in the backlog. But I definitely think Far Cry 5 got pushed up in my backlog when it's going to be pushed to priority. And
it's exciting.
You can play the whole game in co-op.
Which is amazing.
It's online co-op too. So you can hire your AI guns for hire and fangs for hire. You can hire your friends, pay them money to come and play with you. Or, they could just play with you because they're friends, but I mean, whatever.
Maybe we should get together and do a co-op Let's Play.
Ooh, that would be cool. Co-op Let's Play of Far Cry 5. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe one day
pretty
in the future.
Awesome. Even if not, like starting a file together, like from the start, co-op, start to finish.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome.
Like we used to do with all those Halos back in the day.
Yeah. But we did play the crap out of Halo co-op. Yeah. So after that was the trailer that surprised the crap out of everyone. People were hoping, like I heard a couple people say, man, I really hope that there's some more Beyond Good and Evil, but they said specifically, I'm not expecting it. This is my, like, you know, Blue Whale trailer that I know that they're not going to show, but I really hope that they show more Beyond Good and Evil. And lo and behold, more Beyond Good and Evil.
Hell of a scene, too.
Hell of a scene. You know, you're trying to strike up this deal with a giant pig man eating dumplings.
At first, I thought it was the uncle from the first one.
Yeah, I think the uncle died.
Oh,
I think the
that's
uncle
a
died.
shame.
Which will explain why it looks like Jade, the main character in the first one, is now like a space pirate.
Those dumplings that the pig man was eating look good, though.
They look good.
And his attendants popping out the secret data disc.
Yeah.
I was not upset with the scene.
I was not seen at all. And gotta say, I am not a fan of monkeys.
Right.
I've never liked monkeys. But I know
Winston. Winston's okay.
I think he adds a specific charm. Winston's not a monkey.
He's a gorilla.
He's a gorilla. I don't like monkeys. I don't know. But anyway, he adds a certain charm to the kind of world that this tale game takes place in. And he was not, I don't think, in the original Beyond Good and Evil, but it looks like, you know, the two characters that are in this trailer are a big part of what looks like Jade's crew. So,
yep.
It's all about freedom. Be free.
The graphics on this cutscene, you know, the entire chase scene look amazing. I'm interested to see what the gameplay looks like.
Definitely. Would you say that the theme of the game is to live free and die hard? Right? Right? Anyway, so that was Beyond Good and Evil 2, and I think that is the last game that we have to talk about. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I'm just really excited at all the things coming out.
Now, just to sum up, what are the things you are most excited that you've seen at E3 so far, of all these conferences?
Well, definitely Starlink and BattleTech are definitely going to be some big parts of that.
Two great ones that we saw today, or
Yeah.
that we talked about today, rather.
Skyrim VR.
Skyrim VR. And I know a lot of people have been bagging on Skyrim VR because another Skyrim, man, they're really milking the franchise. I've heard that from so many people, and I'm like, you guys probably have not experienced VR and are picturing what that's going to be like in virtual reality.
Resident Evil 7 is a great example of how different the game is. You could take a game and it'd be completely different.
And they're changing up the whole interface of Skyrim, so that way, you know, it's not like cumbersome, you got your HUD, you know, in the way. And the fact that you can, like, throw spells in two completely different directions, and you're actually swinging your sword and blocking stuff with your shield and dual wielding, possibly. I don't remember if dual wielding is Skyrim.
I think that was only Oblivion.
Dang it! But if you could, that'd be awesome. Anyway, sword and shield. It actually goes by your swings, not just actually having to notch your bow.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's gonna be so cool.
I'm gonna have to remake a Black Arrow.
Oh, anything else you're excited about from E3?
Oh, there's so much to remember.
All those Nintendo titles look like they're going to be a lot of fun.
Nintendo looks good.
Spider-Man!
The Spider-Man looks great.
I'm so excited.
I haven't been excited for a Spider-Man like this since Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. I know somebody in this household might be looking forward to the new God of War. Because she's a big God of War fan. Lily Nightfall. Coming soon, Lily Nightfall.
I'm really stoked with the new God of War, too, because I like the old God of Wars, but I don't know, this one just has such a different feel to it, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that he looks like he took like a more of a Nordic feel to it, but he's in all these different kinds of environments, fighting these different gods, and this mentor thing, just, So yeah, lots of games we're looking forward to from E3 this year.
What about you? What's your favorite?
My favorite, oh my god, probably, definitely the Final Fantasy 15 fishing game. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Seriously though, probably Spider-Man. Definitely up at the top of the list. The list there. I just want to get a Nintendo Switch so I can play all the Nintendo games that are coming out because they all look really fun.
That was the big announcement he was waiting for from E3. Guys, we're making a bunch more Switches!
Oh, and Anthem. Let's not forget Anthem. If it's Xbox exclusive, I might have to get an Xbox.
Anthem looks amazing.
So yeah. Anyway, if you don't have any other things to say in this video,
I'm good.
I hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion of ours. I know it ran a little bit longer, but we had a lot to talk about. If you did, please do me a huge favor with that thumbs up button down below. It really and truly means a lot more to me than you guys know. If you ever drop some comments too, let's talk about any and all of these awesome games. I love hearing from you guys. I just love chatting with you guys. It really and truly makes my day. And if you haven't that subscribe button yet, you guys know that I would love to have you guys as a member of the Darklight family, and we'll continue this YouTube journey together again very, very soon. Until then,
may your dreams light your darkest hour.
And I'll see you next time.